Hello everybody, my name is Bat Dude, and welcome back to Bat's Game and Talk, the series where I play video games and talk about stuff I want to talk about. Now, if you saw the title, this is not the planned Commander's off-season video that I was making. I've already finished the list of what I'm going to talk about, and that video is going to be a lot more professional than this one and my previous episode. But we got an update on the whole Destiny season delay. Is official. It is now being delayed to June 9th. So Bungie has released a statement as of 5 p.m. It reads, "Our next major update, Destiny 2 Shadow and Order, is undergoing large revisions and will be delayed. This update is bringing changes and expanded to include sizable quality of life updates, and as a result, will also be renamed. This update will now launch on June 9, 2026. We will provide extra details closer to release, covering previously announced weapon tier upgrades, but also adding additions like expanded tier gear to all raids and dungeon activities, Pantheon 2.0, tier 5 stats for exotic armors, and more. Through June, we will continue to have routine bug fixes and stability improvements, continued portal modifications, guarding games in March, and the return of a more frequent Iron Banner cadence in April. In terms of communication, we will focus on providing you with updates with our live game content, community activations, community... I can't speak. What activations? I think that's what it is. And general upkeep through the Twid and our Destiny social channels. Thank you for your continued patience and support. We'll have more information on our next major update and future plans for Destiny 2 closer to launch. See you Starside." So now we got the update. It is now confirmed. It is now delayed until June 9th. And I'm somewhat thankful that this seems like it's a delay because they're doing more with the update rather than just pushing it back because of Marathon. That was one of my main concerns in the previous video. However, this is a very long wait. Because of these DLCs adding a lot less total content than normal, this is definitely going to affect Destiny as a whole for the next few months. And I'm generally worried that this is probably like, if there wasn't a final shot beforehand, this is definitely it now. Because Bungie has been like radio silent throughout this entire process, and finally they have said something about the potential delay, which is not even potential anymore, it's now confirmed. And it doesn't seem like we're gonna get anything in between outside of Guardian Games and Iron Banner, which for the most part, not a lot of people care for, unless the weapons are good, which hopefully they're good. I mean, for the most part, seasonal events like the Dawning and Solstice brought in some good weapons for our kit. So maybe we'll see the same, but Iron Banner, for the most part, PvP has not been in the greatest state for a lot of players. So this is definitely something that not a lot of people will probably be interested, but at least we're going to try to go back to a more steady flow of when we can get Iron Banner, because it has been quite some time since we've seen Iron Banner in the game. Honestly, I think we only had Iron Banner twice during Edge of Fate. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But I'm just worried that the lack of content in between the wait is just, for the most part, for a lot of people, it's just like it's too long of a wait, and they're already playing other games, which it's not a bad thing. You know, I do feel like for a lot of us, we do need to take a break from the game just so that we can come back to it with a fresh mind because, you know, burnout is real. Like, if you think you gotta play the game, then and you're forcing yourself to play the game just because you think you have to, it's not healthy. It's good to take a break from the game. So it's a good and a bad thing that this is getting delayed, in the sense of there's nothing to do. So it's like kind of like a forced reason to not play the game. It's just a weird spot right now. I was looking through the comments of the post, and there's one that caught my eyes. Once again, we're referencing our good content creator MacDix. Let's read it. These changes sound nice and all, but at this point, I don't think it's enough to save the game and bring most players back. I agree. These are all the things people were begging for half a year ago, and had they been implemented then I think we would be in a different situation. But things are much more dire now than they were back then. Player numbers have bled out too much, and it'll take way more than this to bring them back. I also agree. Furthermore, to still hear nothing significant about the roadmap or the state of the game and the big picture plans for the franchise is so frustrating. I understand that these types of things probably take a long time, but the community has felt so led on for so long due to lack of communication and expectation setting when it comes to estimated times delivering on these items. Everyone has been under the impression that these things have been right around the corner week after week for the last 6 months, and it's just death by 1,000 cuts every single week that we hear nothing. The giggle is that I had not read the entire thing until I'm reading it now. For the most part, this is a reaction of me firsthand. To wait till June for anything noteworthy also feels like borderline death sentence, considering player numbers are already rock bottom and will continue to fall with no significant update or communications. It feels like the game is going to enter a state of dormancy more than it already has, and things like tier 5 exotic stats and game-wide gear tiering will not be enough to dug out that. I also agree. A lot of small things that do not, for the most part in the community, feel significant enough to come back to the game. I mean, no disrespect, just honest and general feedback, but as a Destiny player, I'm hurting big time right now and expect way more, and would have liked to see it communicated way sooner. And I know most of the community feels the same way. I do feel it's important to make it clear as possible. Oh, shoot, sorry. Very unprofessional. I get it. You know where we're going.
Did you miss this?
Let me refill. I do feel it's important to make it clear as possible through that I feel the changes promised will not be enough. If this is all planned for the future to save the current state of the game, please reconsider and find ways to do more. I understand that this is a tall task, but I feel it is necessary for the game to find its footing again. Yeah. No, I think I agree with what MacDix said. All the stuff that they announced is cool. It's awesome. I do think that a lot of the stuff coming in the game in the future is needed, but it is not enough to bring everybody back. Yes, Pantheon was amazing during Into the Light. We all loved it. It was a great way to basically reuse old raid bosses and bring a new purpose to them and bring an actual good challenge to the game. But we've been asking for this for over a year now, since Pantheon first came back. Why can't I? Okay, this game sucked. Witness firsthand my Tempest Strike not working. Fix your game, Bungie. But yeah, it is incredibly frustrating that for something like this to have finally come out when they could have easily have said something sooner of this caliber, it's just not a good look overall. Like, we are roughly 2 weeks before the original day of Shadow and Order is expected to release, and we had to wait till now to get this kind of news. It's not a good feeling. It just feels like Bungie really just does not care about the game at the moment, and they're really focusing hard on Marathon, which again, necessarily not a bad thing, because they want to make sure Marathon succeeds, especially with how bad the alpha was, which originally forced them to delay the game in the first place. And granted, now that time it's looking like it is made up, and I'm still playing it once the open test comes out. But it just felt like they immediately took everything every time and effort that they were putting in Destiny, just immediately went to Marathon just to try to fix it. And again, not necessarily a bad thing, but you also gotta learn how to balance these games. They're just hypothetically speaking, if Marathon succeeds, both games are gonna have a player base of their own. And you just gotta learn to figure out how to balance the two and make sure both games get just as much love and effort as the other. You can't just have one game do better than the other and then switch it and the other game do better than the other, because then you're just gonna have disproportionate like overall quality of content, and it's just not gonna feel good for both games. I kind of don't want to sound disrespectful by any means, but honestly, this announcement, although expected, kind of felt like a slap in the face. It kind of feels like when the Supercell CEO was giving all the credit to the developers and not to the community that helped build the resurgence of Clash Royale. It just doesn't feel like Bungie necessarily respects our time playing the game. And it just kind of feels shitty, because, like, for the most part, a lot of us play this game because we love and enjoy playing this game. We love what this game can be at its peak. And as of late, these last few years, it's just been inconsistency after inconsistency. And this new leadership just feels the same inconsistency. We are almost I think we're already halfway through this new leadership taking over, halfway through the year, and it just has not felt any different. Now, I understand change can be slow, but we're roughly 6 months into this leadership, and it's been more or less the same Bungie that we all know and have our problems with. And it's just worrying. And it just blows my mind that, you know, a lot of communication like, hey, we're listening, hey, we're trying to be better, hey, I have changed my opinion on certain comments that I've said in the past, and it's just like, no, you're basically proving the same old. We've had this problem for a while where it feels like Bungie sees the player base more as a consumer rather than a player. They rather make a quick buck off of us than give us a good quality product, and it just feels bad, honestly, overall. And this is coming from a guy who again loves this game and will love to see this succeed, and having this company be one of their favorites for a long time, because I love playing Halo and I love playing Destiny 1, and that's why I'm playing Destiny 2, and why I'm gonna give Marathon a try, because this studio has brought some of my favorite gameplay. And the even like shittier parts, like, I know that there's a chance that they can do the right thing, because I've seen it done by other studios. I mean, look at Blizzard. They released a video talking about the future of Overwatch, and they've made a lot of changes to the game. And I played it myself because I used to play Overwatch a lot at its peak, and the game is so much better as of right now. The game has felt so much fun. It has felt like how it used to felt in terms of fun. It's fun to the point where I am solo queuing. I normally, in recent months, I have not played a game solo. I've always played it with my friends. But I'm having so much fun, I'm playing it by myself. Another game that has seen a resurgence is Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. The game also it's looking like it's gonna have a big resurgence with the current roadmap for year 11 and year 12, adding a lot of stuff that the fans have been asking for years. So those two companies who have time and time been shown to be super greedy make change. Why not Bungie? Why can't Bungie do the same? Maybe it's the delusion that is in my head or just pure copium, but I do hope, and I do hope that like Bungie has like that kind of enlightenment like these other two studios did. But unfortunately, I think this is one of those scenarios where we just gotta wait and see. But yeah, I did say I was gonna make an update when we got news. It looks like we're not gonna get the roadmap till closer to June, judging by the wording of Bungie. We just have to wait and see.